Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and it makes my heart happy that you are here. I'm playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Angie Aleszczyk, and I'm also playing along with May I Scraplift You today, and I am going to scraplift this layout of Kristen Foster. She was nice enough to share this with me. She did the take on the sketch, so I did not look at the sketch, although Kristen's layout was from the sketch. So here I am scraplifting Kristen. And I will have all the links below for 30 Days of Sketches as well as for May I Scraplift You and for Kristen. Okay, so I'm using 49 on Market. I have lots of frames and these big, oh, they almost look like not library cards, but different types of ledgers and stuff. So I'm layering some stuff up on here. I do have some stuff from Kaleidoscope from 49 on Market, um, and then probably some other things just kind of thrown in. Um, you can see the majority of it's going to be that tealy color and the pink, which is okay with me because I do like to I don't know, I always gravitate to a couple different colors and that's what I stick with. I have that cute little, maybe not cute, nice looking um, hummingbird tag that says loved this. And I have photos of last August. Um, it was Eliza and myself. We were out for a Mexican, it was lunch, so Mexican food during lunch. And I can still remember that bowl that I had the one on the bottom there to die for with shrimp in it. So very good. So again, I'm using what I have and doing some layering pieces. Now, Kristen's doesn't have, she has framed her photos, but not layering pieces. I do sort a lot of my stuff by colors with the 49 and Market. The Kaleidoscope, I do have a lot of things in the same package, but some of these I did pull out of just my color bags. So instead of the stars, I am going to use butterflies slash moths, and I will not be doing stitching. I believe that Kristen did do stitching on hers, and I do have the faux stitching, the rub-ons on the right side, which I will be using. I always end up picking out more from like the embellishments than what I use, but I always do like having options. In case you're new here, I do a lot of matchy matchy. So, I've got three butterflies. I certainly could have used three different icons. I don't end up using, and I don't know what to call that. It's like a quilt, like a quilted something piece, that lovely piece that's sitting over on the top of that photo up there. And I don't use the little one, and I only use half of the big one. The ticket next to the tag says right now, and I'm going to use that loved this as my title. I have a little ticket up on top that says favorites, and I have a label that's going to layer over the top of that. So I sped this up in double time, like I usually do, and it's weird to me that it's still like almost 12 minutes, because that's kind of on the longer side of what I would do a video, and this seems to be like a rather quick layout. Some of it definitely was um, going through all the embellishments. So, and I will do some splatters, and I'll get the rub-ons on, and then I do a doodly border on the outside of the whole page. Here I am adhering the layers down to the photo on the bottom. I did cut this one to 3.5 by 5. Kristen's photos look much smaller than mine, and um, well, and I'm okay with it, and I think she would be too. And you can switch up scrap lifts or sketches any way you want. I did go back when I was done and looked at the sketch. Kristen flipped it, and so the sketch has the bottom. Actually, I think it's just the title, so it's not necessarily a picture. This is maybe meant for a one picture. I totally love using two pictures on here. And then when I get to layering these, for some reason I thought, well, I should see more of the pink and more of the blue showing. So it really takes up a lot of real estate because this is a 4 by 6 picture. And I'm going to do some splatters, and then I'm going to lay those photos down, and those photos almost touch. So you can really tell how much bigger my photos are than Kristen's there. I'm using Black Soot Distress Spray. And I did think about using blue or pink. Gotta tell you, I had a dog laying next to me. I didn't want to disturb her. So that was the first one on the shelf when I turned around so that she wouldn't get up and move away. And that is how I came to the idea of having black. I did have a light blue on my desk that I really could have used, but um, I decided to go with a little bit of black. And I don't even wait for that to dry. Oh, I do pick up my black splatters because, I think I would have ended up with it on the front of the photo otherwise. But I don't let it dry on the page, and you're gonna see me smudge some, and I'm okay with that. But then actually the photos kind of pretty much cover up the smudging. Maybe not 100%. Yep, there's that one that's yep, you're gonna see that one. That's okay. I'm gonna bring back in the tag and the what's next to the tag? The tag. Oh, and the ticket or the journaling spot there. In a just right now probably, and then just to know spatially where I should be putting the stitching. Still looking at Kristen's layout, and I wasn't sure what color of stitching to go with, and I just decided to take the blue color. This is a kaleidoscope. This matches the colors. However, I can tell you a couple of those mats on there are not the same colors as the kaleidoscope. They're a little bit lighter. They're probably some of those are Spectrum sherbet, and there is the frames that are right there. Well, the true frames are, I believe, eucalyptus. I did trim the stitching out. Because I'm pretty darn sure these are lovely rub-ons. They're 49 market. I'm pretty darn sure that if I just laid it down and rubbed off the middle one, that maybe all the rest of them would have came too. So just trim those out. And then I think I even show you how I figured out how long to make the next one. Um, I was gonna try to like measure it, laying it out that direct. So I'm like, oh, just look at the length of this film strip, and so I approximated, and I think I did a pretty good job. So Kristen scrapbooked pictures of her grandbaby, and I scrapbooked one of my favorite things, which is food. It kind of made me chuckle. Kristen, I think it was last year, maybe even 2 years ago, she did a scrapping in the hard times. Um, kind of series. And Eliza went through a hard period about this time, or August at this time, which was last year. So I'll have to do some journaling, but I have a lot of photos from back then. And there's I'm nothing bad necessarily to scrapbook, just that um, she had some health issues and some other things going on. And it was just a rough time. So just to look at those pictures kind of bring it all back, but that's okay. They need to go in the scrapbook as well. I'm going to a retreat, about probably 20 minutes away from my house in a couple weekends, and I have recently discovered how much easier it is when you have one theme to scrapbook and you don't have to bring so much stuff rather than trying to bring everything I might need. So I'm going to be scrapbooking my hike from June of 24. I have a lot of pictures to scrap from that. I've got day 1 and day 2 done, and there were 10 days, so that should give me a lot of pictures to scrapbook. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so now I have my stitching down, and I'm going to put that, I don't know, I call it a label. Well, that's a label. That favorites, though, is kind of a ticket. I'm going to put that there, and I will cut this in half so I can tuck it in. It's going to look like a hole underneath, but you won't know it. I also have to say I've always been a theme scrapbooker, so up until very recently I'd have to use like dining out type stuff in order to scrapbook this, and so I'm loving that I can just bring out a 49 a market collection and use that and not even think twice about it, honestly. Here are my butterflies going on. I did put adhesive foam tape behind them to pop them up a little bit. I do love a good, oh, more splatters because there wasn't anything, you couldn't see them under the photo. Okay, so I do love a good squiggly border, and I don't do the, I can't even tell you the last time I did this. I mean, I've done it like maybe once in last year. I would love to do this more often. I never really think of it. So when I saw Kristen's, she matted her whole layout. I don't often do that either. But I didn't want to do that per se. So I'm just doing a doodly border, and I like it. It kind of gives it the look of a frame. It's got that stitching on there, so this, could. Yeah, Not really faux stitching because there's no, well, stitches. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that part turned, well, how the whole thing turned out. That doodly border is the last thing that I do. Like I said, down below in the description box is going to be the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches at Christy's Beautiful Life, Season 19, as well as the 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group. And then I will have May I Scraplift You and everybody that's playing along with that listed below. And I will also have Kristen's information, her YouTube channel, and her Instagram as well. Thank you again to Kristen for allowing me to scraplift you. I'm loving how this is turning out. Go check her out and give her some love. That is going to complete the layout for me. So until next time, creating makes my heart happy, and I hope you find what makes your heart happy too.